Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a pile for you guys today. And today we are asking the question, what messages do you have coming in for you for Halloween? So this is basically your annual Halloween messages reading. So it's kind of general, it's just whatever's meant to come through right now is whatever is meant to come through, whether it's in regards to love or career, or maybe a message from a loved one from beyond, because, it is Halloween, so the veil is pretty thin right now and everything. So whatever is meant to come through is what's meant to come through for you. And because it is a Halloween reading, I have not just 3, not just 4, because usually I do like 3 or 4 piles, but I have 5 piles for you guys today. 5 different piles and 5 different pumpkins, because I want to go with something a little bit different and a little bit unique just to make it stand out, as opposed to like all my other like fall related pick-a-piles. Since this is like the mother of fall, I guess you could say, with it being Halloween. So I wanted to make it stand out and be a little bit different. And I'm just glad I'm able to record this and talk and speak to you guys, because I did have my root canal the other day, and I survived. Obviously I survived, or I wouldn't be here right now doing this reading, but yeah, I survived. I'm going to be okay. I'm slowly but surely getting through all this crazy dental work that I need to get through before the holidays. But thank you to anyone who's been keeping me in their prayers for that, because it means the world to me. I have so much anxiety surrounding that. But let's get into these piles so we can jump into your Halloween messages. So pile number 1 is this... Ooh, it's really sparkly in this light. It's like to me it kind of looks like a very dark magenta kind of color, but in the camera it looks more purpley. But this is your choice for pile 1, pile 1's pumpkin. I got it from Bath and Body Works, in case you guys were wondering. It's actually supposed to be like the there's a magnet on the bottom of it, and it goes on top of the lid to one of the candles, like, like these candles here. Like, obviously they don't have their lids on, but it's supposed to click right onto there. So this one's pile 1. Pile number 2 is this orange glittery pumpkin with the green stem, and it has some green polka dots on it. Don't remember where I got it, but it's still very adorable. Pile number 3 is, it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a golden tan kind of color. It's more in like the brown family. It's not really an orange, but yeah, it has like sparkly leaves on it here, and it has a sparkly stem, and has some like white leaves on it and stuff. So it's just a cute little fall pumpkin. And I actually got it this past weekend at the brand new Target that opened in my area. So that's why I decided to get it. But this one is pile 3. Pile 4 is this regular, traditional, just plain orange pumpkin, but it is still super sparkly. I mean, I guess it's not that ordinary, because it still has all the glitter in it, on it, in the world. And pile number 5 is this pink, this deep pink jack-o'-lantern. The only one that has a face out of all these groups. And he used to have a little light that went on the inside here that made him light up. I suppose you still could put like a little battery operated candle votive or something in there to make him light up. But yeah, this one is pile number 5. So those are your 5 different pumpkins to choose from for your Halloween message. So choose your pile, your pumpkin. Timestamps are down below. And we're going to start things off here with pile number 1. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this purpley, magenta colored, glittery and sparkly pumpkin from Bath & Body Works, then this is going to be the reading for you. And we're going to dig into your Halloween message, you guys. So because it's Halloween, I decided to make this very simple, especially with 5 different groups. And I have your Jesus card, Loving Words from Jesus, which I'm going to do last because I always save him for last. But I basically just decided to go with the Halloween Oracle, and literally I shuffled out the entire deck except for one card because there was like, I don't know, an uneven number. There was only one card that didn't wind up going into any of the decks or any of the piles. But they're all split up. So this is basically the message that you guys get from that deck specifically. So we're just going to go all Halloween and see what comes out. You guys have the veil. So we have the future. I'm just going to put these all out and then we'll see how they all play out together, how they all connect. So we have the veil, the future. Dawn, the light after the darkness. Night song, hidden talents. Skull of light, illumination. Mummy, change. Ghost, regret. And the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. All right. So, let's see, looking at what you guys got going on here. So, the very first thing that jumped out to me that I want to address with your guys' cards first is this ghost card of regret. So I feel like this card basically represents where you guys have been in the past or where you may presently be. Because we all have definitely have experienced struggles and have been through different trials and tribulations, ups and downs in our lives and everything. And, you know, sometimes we make a choice and we take an action and we wind up regretting it, or we wind up missing out on an opportunity because we didn't take an action or we didn't say something that we should have said. And either way, both of those experiences can leave you in a feeling of regret. So I feel like this is where you guys have been in the past or where you currently may be at. However, with everything going on elsewhere with these cards, you guys shouldn't be staying in regret. You should not be living in regret for sure, because it looks like change is on the horizon with the Mummy, which totally makes sense because you guys also have the underworld here, and the underworld is where all things pause and begin again. So I feel like you guys may kind of be in this in-between place where you guys used to be in a place full of pain and sorrow and regret, and where things just weren't going your way. Like you weren't very satisfied with some decisions that you made. You know, this could be personally, it could be professionally, it could be with anything. So take it as it resonates. It's probably going to be different for everybody. But yeah, but right now you're kind of in this in-between place where it's like things aren't where you want them to be, but you're not in that same icky place that you once were. So you're in like this in-between place where things are kind of like paused, where you're kind of just waiting on things. And this is where change happens. And you know, it's funny because if you look at the Mummy is all wrapped up in bandages, and that kind of reminds me of, you know, the caterpillar turning into the butterfly kind of thing. You know, when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, it gets into its cozy little cocoon, which would be like being wrapped up in bandages here. And once the caterpillar is in there, it doesn't look like a lot is going on. externally. It looks pretty quiet. It could even possibly look dead, but it's really at that point that things are paused. But just because things look like it's paused on the outside doesn't mean that there's not great change happening on the inside. And there definitely is. And obviously, when the time is right, when that caterpillar is completely ready, it has fully transformed into a butterfly, and then it busts out of that cocoon and shows its beautiful self to the world. So I feel like you guys are probably going through that caterpillar to butterfly transition right now. And even if your external world is not reflecting those changes just yet, you're probably reflecting them internally. And then whatever happens to us internally is eventually going to reflect on the outside, in our outside world, externally. So just remember that, you guys. And I believe that during this time of change, where things are pausing, you guys are discovering your hidden talents. It's usually not until when we're forced to kind of deal with ourselves and we're going through different changes and transitions and that kind of thing, where we really discover where we have hidden talents, where we have certain abilities that we didn't realize that we had before, certain strengths and everything. And this could vary in a lot of ways. This could be in very physical 3D kind of ways. Like let's say you're having financial problems or something like that. Like you could wind up learning that you're actually a lot better at handling finances and handling money than you thought you were, or something like that. Or maybe you got physically sick and you realize that your body is physically a lot stronger than you realize, that you're able to fight off whatever it was that happened to you and bounce back from that and become healthier and stronger than you were before. So that could be one example in a very physical sense. Another sense could be in the spiritual sense, where you're going through hardship and you're having spiritual gifts awaken inside of you, where maybe you start tapping into a creative art that you didn't know that you had before, where maybe you suddenly are able to write stories or write songs, or even do readings or stuff like that. Like there's all kinds of different hidden things that you're discovering about yourself, but they're positive things and they're good things that you're learning through this time of change and through this time of transition. So, ultimately through that, the veil is being lifted off of you. The veil of whatever regrets you were going through, whatever experiences you were having where you were living in regret, that veil is being lifted off of you, where you don't have to live in condemnation anymore, where you don't have to live feeling beat up and all this other kind of stuff, where you can rise above things like a rising phoenix, basically. So you're discovering that about yourself, and you're discovering that you still have a future, that there are still good things ahead of you, that it's not all over. So what you're learning right now is a lot of illumination. This goes back kind of to these hidden talents. Your hidden talents are being illuminated, they're being highlighted, they're being displayed to yourself and, eventually to others. If others aren't already seeing it, others could already very well be seeing it. But yeah, so you're definitely having things be illuminated, and to go along with that is the dawn, the light after the darkness. And I feel like the dawn is kind of like the main point card of this whole thing, because I really see this storyline scenario here where you guys started in regret, where you guys started in pain, but then everything paused and you got into your little cocoon and you started to change from the caterpillar to the butterfly. You tapped into those hidden talents, and eventually you wind up coming out on the other side, just like that owl. Like, look at that owl. Like, that owl is badass. That owl is like, whoosh, that owl's ready to go, just ready to take off and fly high in the sky. And that's you guys, that's, like I said, like the rising phoenix in a sense, the light after the darkness. So that's what you guys are in the process of transitioning in and in the process of changing with. And I know this is like super general in a sense and super vague because it doesn't necessarily point to like love specifically or health or finances or your career or any of those kinds of things. But that's because I believe that this is going to touch upon whoever is watching this video. I feel like it's going to touch upon so many different aspects. Even if you're just one person who's watching this pile specifically, it could reference many of those different things in your life. So I feel like it's multifaceted because especially when you're the one going through that transition from caterpillar to butterfly, it is going to touch every area of your life. It's going to affect your finances. It's going to affect your job. It's going to affect your health. It's going to affect your relationships, your friendships, your family, everything. It's going to touch it all in good and positive ways. So I definitely don't feel like this is limited to just one topic or just one person. But it's definitely a beautiful transition, a beautiful story, and ultimately like a beautiful message to hear for Halloween about where you're at and where you're going. Let's see what your Jesus card has to say to wrap things up with, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And, despite the fact that this is a Halloween reading, Jesus is my homeboy. I always include him in every single one of my readings, and he is not going away now. So he's still very much a part of this. And we're going to see what he has to say about this Halloween message. The Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things. John 14:26. So I definitely feel like at this time, through this change, through this transition, this cocoon that you're in right now, the Holy Spirit is with you, and he's the one who's ultimately revealing this stuff to you. He's the one who's ultimately teaching you these things. He's the one who is giving you that illumination. He's the one who's revealing to you these hidden talents that you have. So, just continue that connection with the Holy Spirit, because it definitely makes a big difference. And, a lot of people always wonder, like, oh, well, Jesus died and then he came back, so why didn't he just stick around? Why do you have to go and leave again? Well, he had to go back to heaven. He couldn't stay here forever, but he gave us the Holy Spirit, which is the way that he continues to stay with us and he gets to live in us. So, definitely communicate and tap into that, because it's going to help you even more than you even realize. So, yeah, that's what I see what's going on with you guys for your Halloween message. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated and made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of new videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful that you guys just came out here tonight or today, whatever time it is you're watching this, to hang out with me for a little bit. I hope you guys have a very, very happy Halloween and keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this orange glittery pumpkin with the green stem and the green polka dots, then this is going to be the reading for you. And we are going to find out what Halloween messages are in store for you guys. All right. So, for this reading, since it is Halloween, you guys, I basically have my Jesus card because I always include Jesus in my readings, but we're going to save him for last. Otherwise, I basically split up the entire Halloween Oracle deck, and we're just going to dive in and find what messages you guys got out of the deck, what cards came out for this group specifically, and see what comes out. And I'm just going to spread these all out and then connect the dots and see how the cards all kind of play together. So we have the Werewolf Exploring Wildness, Death, the Eternal Cycle Begins Here, the Witch, the Earthly Weaver of the Worlds, the Skull of Darkness, Blind Spots, Zombie, Control, Winter, the Sacredness of Pausing, Vampire, Emotional Intelligence. All right. Well, right away, you guys, the first thing I was picking up from this interesting combination of cards together is a lot of frustration. A lot of frustration. You guys may be a little bit of a frustrated group going through a hard time, which I understand because I myself have been there very recently. Okay, so, mind you, this could be in regards to just about anything. It could be in regards to love, your career, your health, your family, your friends, whatever. Take it as it resonates. But it seems like there is definitely some area in your life where it's kind of like this winter season. And you guys know how it is in winter. A lot of people don't like winter because it's cold, the days are short, it's usually gray and gloomy and that kind of thing. And everything outside looks like it's dead when it's wintertime. But just because it looks dead doesn't mean that it actually is. Usually things are hibernating and rejuvenating and that kind of thing. And before you know it, come springtime, trees are getting their buds back again and grass is green and growing and all the other stuff. So just because things look like it's dead outside, it doesn't mean that it actually is. But you guys may be kind of experiencing a bit of a winter season in your life right now where you just feel like everything is dead. And in a sense, it probably is because you also have the Death card. Now, I don't mean it's dead like, oh, that's it, that's the end of the reading, things suck for you guys. That's not what I mean at all. But you guys are definitely going through a death process, but I feel like it's the death process of things that don't serve you anymore, the death process of negative thoughts, negative emotions, mental strongholds that have not been healthy for you, that have been toxic for you, things like that. So, but it can be very painful. Like, even if it's something that isn't good for us, it can still be painful to let go of that simply because it becomes a habit. And it's not necessarily because we want it necessarily all the time, but because it's comfortable for us, it's the usual for us, that kind of thing. It could be totally dysfunctional, but it doesn't matter. You stick around because it's like you feel safer in dysfunction than you do stepping out into something that could be healthy and positive for you. Simply because it's weird and new and scary, you don't do it. But you guys definitely seem to be in that kind of place, in that kind of season right now, where there's definitely this death process going on. But always remember, you guys, whenever there's an ending to something, whenever there's a death that happens, it's also a new beginning at the same time. It's the closing of one door, it's the opening of a new one. So there's obviously a new beginning on the other side of whatever the winter season is. You know, spring has to come at some point. It may be a long winter, it may be a harsh winter, it may be a cold winter, but that doesn't mean it's going to be like that forever. Springtime will eventually have to come, but you guys are probably in the middle of a winter season right now. And I feel like you guys are having issues here, and I feel like this is probably going to be more so on the emotional end with like relationships or friendships or family members, something dealing with that more so than like a career thing or a money thing or something like that, simply because we also have vampire, which is emotional intelligence. And I do believe you guys are very emotionally intelligent, but because of the way it kind of fell with this particular mixture, with this particular group, you guys may actually feel kind of drained from energy vampires in your life. And you guys probably aren't realizing it because there's kind of like this blind spot that you have to them. Like, you know, you could have a toxic, unhealthy relationship with a family member, for example. And because it's your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or whoever, you put up a blind spot to them being an emotional vampire because it's your mother, it's your brother, it's your father, it's your sister, it's whoever. But, you know, you can't be putting up blind spots to this kind of stuff. And I feel like you guys are kind of putting blind spots up to a lot of different things right now. You guys are putting up blind spots to this death process. You're putting up blind spots to the fact that you're going through this winter kind of a season right now. It's like there's a lot of refusing to accept kind of what you're in as of the moment. There's also control issues here, you guys. Like, I feel like you guys are in this place where you very heavily want to control what's happening around you in your world. And there's a lot of things that are actually out of your control that you can't do anything about. The only thing that we can control a lot of the times is ourselves. You know, our reactions to things, our thoughts, our emotions, our words. Those are the things we can control, but we can't control other people. We can't control what happens in the world. We can't control what happens in our jobs outside of like what we're doing in our own job ourselves. You know, we can't control the stock market. You know, we can't control the presidential election coming up. You know, there's a lot of things we can't control. The only thing that we really can control is ourselves. But I feel like you guys are desperately trying to control what's going on around you. Like, look at this zombie arm, you know, reaching up out of the grave. Like it's like you guys are desperately trying to reach out and grab a hold of your life because you feel like you're kind of just like losing and grasping at it. So there are blind spots in regards to that. So I feel like there's kind of just like a lot of stubborn energy here, like stubborn and not willing to accept and not willing to deal. Like you guys are going through some hard stuff, and it's not that, you know, you're not founded in how you feel, because I get it. You guys are totally founded in it, but you're kind of keeping yourselves stuck by continually rolling around in these negative emotions. But yeah, there's definitely some energy vampires around you. And all of this, in a sense, makes you feel like you're going crazy. Like you just want to kind of like break out and yell and scream. And that's what I see with this werewolf. You know, the werewolf, you know, as he's turning into this wild and crazy wolf man, you know, he shreds his shirt and he starts growling and screaming and all these other things. And I feel like that's where you guys are at right now. You're so frustrated with life. You feel like you've lost all control of it. You want control over it, and because you don't, you're just going to start like howling at the moon, baying at the moon, going absolutely berserk. So, like, there's just so much frustration. Like, there's so much sadness and so much pain in coming out of this group, you guys. Like, I mean, it pains my heart seeing this. It sucks. I get it. Like, I feel like this is where you guys are at right now, which 1000% sucks. And I feel like it could be in regards to a lot of things, but I do feel like this is probably more so leaning towards something dealing with other people. It's definitely a relational kind of situation. However, I feel like the witch is kind of actually a positive card here. It depends on how you use it. Because the witch, it says, the earthly weaver of the worlds. Now, when you look at her, there's like this ball of fire thing kind of that she's kind of holding on to with her hands. But either way, it looks like she's basically creating it. She is the creator of this fireball. She is the creator of her own world. And I feel like the witch represents you. And I feel like this is a reminder that you create your own world, that you are a master manifester. And the thing is, if you don't want to manifest all this bullshit here, where you feel like you're in a season of winter, where you're losing everything, where there's all this death, where you have no control over things, where you're being sucked dry from energy vampires, and you're basically losing your shit and want to scream at the moon. If you don't want to feel like that anymore, you don't have to. You can literally just make the choice to stop, to stop all of that chaos and turn it all around, and you can start choosing positive thoughts, positive emotions, positive words. You can start choosing to manifest a completely different reality than what you're living in right now. So, this witch here, she can manifest whatever it is she wants. She can continue to manifest this if she wants to, but I don't feel like you guys want to manifest that. I feel like you guys are stronger than that. You guys can really tap into who she really is and tap into manifesting some good stuff. Because you know what, you guys? Like, our thoughts, it all starts in the mind. The battlefield is the mind. That's the bottom line. No matter what's going on in our lives, no matter what's happening in the world around us, the battlefield starts in the mind. And if you guys get the chance to check out the book by Joyce Meyer, it's called Battlefield of the Mind, and it's literally all about that. And she is a Christian author. It's not like a tarot thing or anything like that, but if you guys are interested in it, it is an amazing book. It's a really good book. Try it out. Battlefield of the Mind. It truly is. The mind is a battlefield, because our mind, our thoughts, when you wind up thinking a thing over and over and over again, that eventually affects our emotions, and then our thoughts become our emotions, and our emotions, we express those, we verbalize those, we speak those out. If you guys look in the Bible, even for that matter, it says in Genesis how God spoke the world into existence. It literally says that, like, let there be light. He said that, and there was light. So, words are containers for power. They create things. So, it starts with our thoughts, it turns into our emotions become our words become our actions and what we're doing, our actions become our character, and our character becomes the life that we're living. So it all starts with you guys. Start manifesting the good stuff. And all of this, it may take some time to turn around. It may be hard to turn this around, but start with small things. If, like, for example, if the emotional vampires in your life are a dysfunctional family, for example, you may not be able to change your family members, because remember, that's something that's out of your control. You may not be able to control that, but you can control yourself. And, start with small things, and start, it could be something as simple as, waking up every day and telling yourself something positive that you like about yourself. You know, like, let's say you have nice handwriting. I mean, I know it's a small thing, but it starts with the small stuff. And from there you can grow bigger and bigger and bigger until you hit the point where all this nastiness isn't even a factor anymore. So just remember that you guys can manifest good stuff in your life. And believe me when I tell you, Jesus wants you to manifest good stuff in your life too, and he's here to help you. And we are going to find out what your card from Loving Words from Jesus has to say, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And yeah, like, I can't not do a reading without Jesus involved, even though this was just a, Halloween spread basically, but I include him with every reading, so he's still part of this one. And, let's see what word of encouragement he's got for you. Whatsoever you shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. John 16:23. Now see right there, you guys, that's manifesting. That's manifesting right there. You want something, you want your life to be better, ask. Ask in Jesus' name. Ask and pray for it. And you don't have to start with something crazy huge and be just like, God, I would like $1 million. But it could be something small, like, let's say, you have a bill that you want to make sure you're able to get paid, like, on time or whatever. So, just simply pray and ask God, like, God, please, my phone bill, for example, is coming up. Will you please provide the funds for me to pay my phone bill in full and on time? And he will provide that. And the thing is, you got, pray it in faith, don't just like pray it and be just like, okay, I prayed it, but I really don't believe it. Like, you guys need to believe. Even just a little bit of belief goes a long way. So, don't be afraid to start asking, because that's going to help you with the manifesting process and turning a lot of this around. So hopefully this helps you guys out quite a bit. I feel for you guys, definitely. I definitely feel like you guys are going through some hardships and trials, but I do believe it's temporary. Remember, winter is temporary. Spring is coming for you. So do not forget that. Anyway, if the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple, small emoji. That helps a lot. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That certainly helps me out. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to come here and hang out with me for a little while today. And I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this golden, kind of bronze, brown, I don't know, whatever color you want to call this pumpkin that I got from Target over the weekend, then this is going to be the reading for you. And we are going to find out what Halloween message is in store for you guys. All right. So I have a Loving Words from Jesus card for you guys, which I'll do at the very end because I always save him for the last. And I basically took the entire Halloween Oracle deck and split it up amongst the 5 groups. So, since it's Halloween, that's what we're going with here. Just like all Halloween, all the time. And we're going to see what cards you guys got from that batch as they came out. So I'm just gonna put all the cards down, put them all out, and basically see how they connect, see what the story is here with these cards. Trick or treat, mischief and play. scrying intuition, brambrack, sweetness and synergy, graveyard, unnecessary fear, skeleton, strength, cauldron, synergy and healing, and skull of stars, infinite possibilities. All right, you guys. Very interesting group here. So, like, it's so crazy to me sometimes how these cards come out, because, like, the messages really can be so different. Like, the pile I just came from, pile 2, like, they were going through some serious shit. Like, they were going through some really hard stuff. Like, that was definitely an uncomfortable group. But you guys, it's like a totally different vibe. But a positive one, a good one. So, yeah, let's dive into this. So, right away, you guys, let's see. I feel like you guys are kind of like going through this time of healing right now, which is really interesting because we have synergy and healing from the cauldron, as well as sweetness and synergy. So you guys got synergy twice. You know what? I never do this, but I'm gonna do this really quick. Grab my phone here. Let's get technical here. Let's actually like Google the word synergy and see exactly what it means in regards to your situation. Synergy, dictionary. Okay. Synergy, the interaction of elements that when combined produce a total effect that is greater than the sum of individual elements, contributions, etc. Let's see, a cooperative action of two or more muscles, nerves, or like. The cooperative action of two or more stimuli or drugs. So it's basically like a collaborative effort is what it comes down to, you guys. And this collaborative effort, ultimately like making a better outcome. So that's what it seems like you guys are doing right now. So you guys are making this collaborative effort to improve your life and to make it better, and you're finding healing through doing this, and there's also a sweetness in this. Now for you guys, I definitely feel like it could be connected to like a particular person. You know, I know a lot of you guys, you know, come in from like the twin flame things and everything. So I feel like, especially when we're talking about synergy and we're talking about like a joint effort, that's where my mind automatically goes to, is like, you know, the twin flames, like two people coming together and working together to make something better, to make a better outcome of things. Of course, it could be in regards to something else. It could be maybe a collaborative effort at work. It could be a collaborative effort at home in like your family life with family members. So once again, take it as it resonates. It could be anything dealing with that, but I do feel like it probably could be a twin flame for a lot of you. But you're finding healing in this, which is a good thing. And it's not just like painful, agonizing healing. Like sometimes I feel like we can get freaked out by healing, thinking like, oh, this is going to take so much time and effort and work. But I don't think it really is, because there is a sweetness in it. Like you guys are finding joy in it and good things in it and blessings in it. So you guys definitely seem to be in a process, I would say, of like building your life and making it better in like a collaborative team effort kind of thing. And through that, like, I feel one of the things you guys are healing is unnecessary fears with the graveyard. because, and I've been there myself many times. We wind up tapping into our anxiety and having all this unnecessary fear, and then it's like we realize we had nothing to worry about. Like for example, with myself, I've been dealing with all this crazy dental work lately, and the dentist gives me high levels of anxiety and stress, and there's so much fear going into it. And I only have one more appointment tomorrow, which is like my last big appointment. It's not a root canal, but it's a couple of deep cavities that need to be filled and taken care of, and then I'm getting crowns on those two teeth. But either way, it's like the last big thing I have to have done before I can like stop seeing the dentist again until it's time for just like a regular checkup. But anyways, I have so many fears surrounding that, but I got through my root canal. I got on the other side of that. And, it's going to make my mouth feel better and healthier and stronger and all the other stuff. So all those fears were really unfounded. They were unnecessary. And it's no different for you guys. I feel like you guys are facing unnecessary fears and discovering things in your life where it's just like, I really blew that out of proportion, and there was really nothing to be scared of. Like, everything is fine. Like, I was overreacting, kind of a thing. So I feel like that's something that you guys are healing, and you guys are learning that you are actually much stronger than you realize, that you are much stronger than you think, than you know. Which is funny because, I've had people tell me that lately with some of the things that I've been dealing with and I've been going through, and people are just like, oh, you're so strong. And I'm like, I don't feel that way. I feel super weak. Are you kidding? Like, I feel like I'm going to collapse. But I feel like you guys really are strong. You're definitely stronger than you realize. And one of the things that I feel like is getting stronger for you guys through this whole process is your intuition. You guys have wicked strong intuition for sure. So, and I feel like this intuition definitely plays a factor into that synergy. It plays a factor into working at making your life better and putting in that collaborative effort to making things stronger and go in the direction that you want it to go in ultimately. So, trust your intuition, you guys, because whenever you start getting into unnecessary fears, you're not going to be able to really trust your intuition. But your intuition is right. So scrap the fears, trust your intuition. It really does know what it's talking about because you guys are stronger than you realize. And when you're able to do that, you're going to see that there are infinite possibilities right now, you guys. Like, that's the beautiful thing. And I feel like you guys are learning that and you're realizing that and you're like, wow, there are so many different doors open available to me. Like, I could just take any step I want to and create any reality that I want to that is going to be beautiful and amazing and blessed and abundant and favored and all these other things. So I feel like you guys are really learning that there are just like these infinite possibilities that are available to you. And I feel like if anything, you guys are stepping into your own is what it comes down to. It's like you're growing up. You're going from boy to man or girl to woman or, however you want to put it. But you're stepping away from being in a place of living in fear and doubt and tapping into your intuition, becoming stronger, you're healing, you're on your way. You're on your way to better days ahead. And with mischief and play, I feel like this is just a reminder to keep things lighthearted and to keep things fun. That things are not as bad as you think they are. That you guys are actually on your way to like good stuff and better stuff because you're building that already. You're building that now. And once again, mischief and play, having fun and keeping it lighthearted is the opposite of being in a graveyard of fear. So, keep it fun, especially if, this is in regards to a twin flame situation. If you're dealing with another person, keep it lighthearted, keep it fun. It doesn't have to be so serious. I mean, once upon a time, before whatever fears and doubts creeped into your head, like, things were obviously good dealing with that person. Otherwise, you wouldn't care about them now. So, maybe kind of tap back into that and remember, like, oh yeah, those early days where, like, oh, he looked at me and, just made my stomach get those butterflies, or whatever, like, oh, that first kiss, or whatever it was, just kind of tap back into that kind of a thing. So yeah, I definitely feel like you guys are basically okay. You guys are A-okay, and you're on your way. It's the kind of thing I feel like you guys are doing. You're on the right track. Like, you've made a lot of progress. You've been doing a lot of work as it is already. You still have some ways to go, but you're going in the right direction. You just have to keep doing what you're doing. Keep pressing on. You're definitely strong. Keep tapping into that intuition, and you're going to be okay. Like, everything is fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. So finally, from loving words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And I know we have a Halloween spread here, but I never do a reading without wrapping it up without a Jesus card, because, well, Jesus is my homeboy, basically. And he's part of everything I do, so he's going to be involved with this one too. Anyway, let's see what your Bible verse is to wrap things up here. And you guys got, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father's which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. And that's a beautiful message, you guys. I definitely feel like that's true of you guys. You guys are definitely like this sparkly, shiny, glistening light in a dark place kind of a thing. You guys help illuminate what's going on in the areas around you, like the people that are around you, whether it's at work or at home, with your friends, with your person, wherever it is. Like, you guys just have that ability to just make people feel good. It's always about how you leave people feeling, and I feel like you definitely leave people feeling good and loved and appreciated and encouraged and wanted, and you just keep shining. Just keep doing your thing. You guys, like I said, you guys are definitely on the right track. I feel like it's been slow and it's been steady for you guys, but it's continuing to go uphill. Like, you guys are definitely on the right track. You may have moments where you pause and you're like, am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? But I feel like you guys know. You're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. So rest assured, you're doing good. Keep shining, keep sparkling. Don't let anyone dim your light ever. So you guys are doing beautiful. You guys are doing amazing. So that is the Halloween message for you guys, pile number 3. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below, even if it's just a simple small emoji. I would love to hear from you. Please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by and hang out with me here for just a little bit. And yeah, I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose this orange, plain, but very glittery and sparkly pumpkin, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your Halloween message is. All right, good stuff. Okay, So I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, which we are going to save for last because I always save him for last. But I basically took the entire Halloween Oracle deck and split it up amongst the groups, and we're going to see what cards you guys got out of the batch and see what your message is. So I'm just going to lay down all the cards and see kind of how they connect the dots between one another, see what story unfolds, and we'll see what it is for you guys. Ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. Skull of flowers, coming through the ashes. Owl, wise seeing, wise action. The lamp, remembrance. Jack-o'-lantern, protection. Black cat, fortune meets opportunity. And invisibility, authenticity. All right. Okay, so right away, I picked up a very strong theme for you guys, and it's so wild to me how every single group has had such a very unique and distinct theme for each group, and you guys are no different than the others with having that, and you guys definitely have one. So considering this is a Halloween reading and the veil is very thin at this time of year, it is possible for loved ones from the other side to come through. And I definitely do not consider myself a medium or anything like that. I don't consider myself someone who can communicate with the dead or anything like that. I've never done anything like that. When I was 13 and my dad died, he did come to me in my dream the night that he passed to let me know that he was okay and that he was going to heaven. But I mean, that was an extreme situation, a very rare situation, and of course that was my dad, so I don't consider that like being a medium at all. But I've never had any experience like that dealing with other people. But I'm just going based off of the vibe I'm getting here with the cards and the story here, but I do feel like whoever came to this pile, there's definitely somebody in your life on the other side who has passed, who is no longer here on this earth, who wants to come through in this message. I don't know who. I don't know if it's a mother, a father, a sibling, a friend. I don't know who it is, but there's definitely somebody who is trying to reach out to you because, you know, the very first card that came out was Ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. So I definitely feel like there's somebody who has passed, someone who loves you very, very much, and someone who you probably miss and may even still grieve at this time, who wants to come through in this message. And I believe that this person is very important because, number one, with remembrance here, you know, when I think of remembrance, I think of, you know, like when someone has passed, you know, like in memoriam, in remembrance, in, you know, that kind of thing. So I feel like there's a chance that you very well may still be grieving for this person, but I feel like this person is doing well, that they're definitely okay, that they are at peace, that they're fine, that they most importantly want to see you thrive, and they want to see you have a good life, and they want to see you succeed. So, you know, there's like this mutual remembrance where you remember them and they're definitely remembering you from at the place where they're at, where there's like this mutual respect and there's this mutual love and there's this mutual understanding between one another, even though you guys are in two different worlds, even though you're here on earth and they're there in heaven, kind of a thing. But I feel like this person is definitely protecting you. This person is a guardian angel. This person is there by your side every single day, that they're rooting you on. You know, if you go to a job interview, they're there with you. They're cheering you on. If you're driving in your car and somebody almost sideswipes you, they're there protecting you. If you're having a hard day and you come home and you're crying, they're there like hugging you. Even though you may not see it or feel it, they're there with you. They're comforting you. When you're having a good day and you're laughing about something, they're enjoying that moment with you. They're laughing with you, kind of a thing. So whoever this person is, they're definitely there with you, and they're definitely protecting you. I feel like this person was very wise, like they're wise seeing, wise action, that you probably saw them, like you remember them as somebody who was wise. This could be somebody who was older than you. It could be like a parental figure. It could be a grandparent. It could be an aunt or an uncle, something like that. But someone who you definitely saw as being wise. But I feel like whatever wisdom it was that you remember that they had, they're passing down that wisdom to you. Through the time that they're there for you, protecting you and being there with you, they're passing that wisdom down to you. That any wisdom that they had is going directly to you. And especially, if this was like a blood relative or whatever, remember that their DNA, their blood runs through your veins too. So all of those good qualities that you admire about them, whether it was them being wise, or maybe they were really funny, or maybe they were really creative and talented, whatever it was that they were really good at that you admired, you have those same traits and you have those same abilities inside of yourself, because you share that DNA, you share that same blood going through your veins. So, they may be wise. You may have seen that in them, but they are passing that down to you. You have that same wiseness within yourself. Wiseness, is that even a word? I don't even know. But yeah, so you guys may be going through times where, like I said, you may be going through some difficulties. Some of these difficulties may even be grieving this person, but I feel like you guys are coming through the ashes. Whatever has been grieving you, whatever's been grieving your heart, whatever disappointments that there's been, whether it's been literally in missing this particular person, or if it's just been other things going on in life completely outside of that, they're there assisting you, they're there helping you, they're helping you rise out of those ashes. And you guys are going to rise out of those ashes, because you guys also have the black cat. Fortune meets opportunity. When you rise out of those ashes, you're going to have better days ahead with opportunity. And I believe new opportunities are coming your way, because this person, whoever they are, they love you. They love you so much. And I'm starting to tear up, you guys, and I never do during readings. I never tear up like this. I never tear up like this during readings, but I feel that they love you so much. That they love you so much. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, you guys, I never get this emotional during readings. But this person, they love you so much that they want you to know that they are helping open up new doors, new windows of opportunities for you. They want to see you blessed. They want to see you favored. They want to see you abundant. They want to see you live your best life. They want to see you thrive and succeed. They want to see you overcome obstacles. And they see how you have so much love to give and so much joy to give to this world. And, that's why they're standing by your side. And they're giving you the wisdom that they had. They're passing that down to you. And they're protecting you. And they're helping open up these doors of opportunities. They're helping you guys step into a season of blessing and favor and good things. Like, this person just has so much love for you. This is crazy, you guys. Seriously, I never I've never cried like this during a reading before. This is so overwhelming. It's overwhelming in a good way, but I'm just like kind of floored by it right now, you guys. And finally, with invisibility, authenticity, it's kind of funny because when I see invisibility, it's kind of like they are always there with you, but you guys don't know it because like they're invisible because they're not physically here. They're not physically on earth, they're in heaven. But just because it seems like they're invisible doesn't mean that they're not here. They're very much here. And I feel like their presence in your life, whether it's in life, in death, in life beyond death, that that they have brought this sense of authenticity inside of you, where you are more authentic yourself because of this person, because of their love. Like it's a really beautiful connection, you guys. And this person, whoever this person is, they just love you so much and they just want the best for you. And it's just amazing and beautiful, you guys. I mean, talk about the veil being thin and talk about a beautiful message coming in. A couple of the other piles had, pretty good messages too, but none that were anywhere near as like emotional with the heartstrings being pulled like this one. So, oof, it's really taken it out of me, in a good way. But yeah, I think the bottom line of this message here for you guys is there's somebody on the other side, and they love you so much, and they miss you just as much as you miss them in terms of you guys like physically being connected, but you guys are still super connected, even more than because they're there with you. They're there with you all the time, every day, protecting you, guiding you, giving you their wisdom, helping you with opportunities in your life. Like, this person is your ride or die, even beyond death, they're still your ride or die. So yeah, definitely, absolutely beautiful, you guys. This person loves you so much, and I feel like that's the biggest message that you guys need to hear, is whoever this person is, and you're going to know who this person is better than I do, but whoever this person is, they love you so immensely, and that they are still there with you right now, and they are still helping you, and they don't want you to be upset or sad or anything like that. They want you to just live a beautiful, blessed, amazing life. And finally, if I can gather my bearings here long enough to get the Jesus card, because we are a Jesus card too. I know it's a Halloween reading, and therefore, it's like a Halloween spread, but I always include a Jesus card at the end of each reading because he is my homeboy, so he's always, the grand finale of every reading, and, it's no different for this one. So let's see what your Jesus card is, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. Not that there were any bad vibes here, because there definitely were not. But let's see what Jesus has to say. If you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. Matthew 17:20. So this card is obviously a reminder about having faith. And I feel like, whoever this person is here that has come through in this reading, they stand by this as well, that they want you guys to have faith, that sometimes it may be hard to have faith, and, it can be really difficult, but they're just asking you, as well as Jesus is asking you, to have even just a little tiny smidge of faith, because it'll go a long way. It'll go much further than you guys even realize. So, Yeah, so definitely have faith, hold on, and I feel like this person from the other side is going to help you have faith too, because you guys have a lot to look forward to, and I feel like this person is going to make sure you guys have a lot to look forward to, because they are with you. They're going to be with you until your last breath, and then when your time comes, this is going to be one of the very first people that you guys see when you reach those pearly gates yourself. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna need a minute after this pile before I can launch into the next one, because whoo, wow, you guys were a strong one. This is like taking a really potent shot of something. Okay, anyways, if this message did not flow for you and you came to this pile, then please just let it go. But if it did make sense, if it did resonate, especially for you guys, because this one was so intense, at least for me as a reader, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even a small emoji goes a long way. And also, give this video a thumbs up, please. That helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And yeah, I'm just so incredibly grateful that you guys came out here and checked out this reading here with me right now. I'm sure that whoever this person is glad that you came to this reading too, because they probably knew you needed the assurance. And yeah, I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween. Keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 5. If you chose this deep pink jack-o'-lantern smiley face pumpkin guy here, then this is going to be the reading for you, and we are going to find out what Halloween messages are going to come through for you. All right, so I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, which I'm going to save for last because I always save him for the grand finale of my readings. But otherwise, I literally took the Halloween Oracle, you guys, and I just split it up amongst all the piles. So this is basically whatever cards fell in for you guys, for your group. So we're going to find out what comes through. So I'm just going to lay down all the cards and see kind of how they connect the dots to each one, and see what comes through for you guys for Halloween. You guys got eternal love. Love is love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. Midnight, the most magical hour of all. Joy, rejoicing in the present. Apple, risk and reward. Spider, community and web weaving. Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. And forgiveness, reducing burdens. All right, you guys. So the first thing that I'm getting from you guys right off the bat is you guys are definitely my love group, without a doubt. Every single group has really had an interesting theme, and every single group has been totally different from one another, which is crazy to me, because sometimes I feel like the groups kind of overlap and have certain similarities and everything. But you guys really have all been very distinctively different. And especially pile 4, whoa. I mean, whoa, with pile 4. But anyway, you guys definitely are my love group. And of course, the card that automatically indicates that to me here is right away here with eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. So you guys are probably the ones who are in the twin flame or soulmate, divine counterpart kind of connection, kind of situation. But I definitely feel like your message is in regards to this person, and this card is definitely a reminder that you guys do have a divine connection, that this is a connection that is very spiritual, and your souls are tied to one another, and you're not just some crazy person thinking crazy thoughts or something, that there really is more than meets the eye going on between the two of you. So that's the first thing. Um, Now the other thing that I'm picking up on that made me feel like, yes, this is definitely a love related reading, is also hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. And I feel like this person, like, they're home for you. You know what they say, home is where the heart is. And I feel like this person is home for you, and vice versa. You're home for them too. So I definitely feel like that. When you guys are apart from one another, it feels like you're homeless, basically. You're transient. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing. You feel very lost and that kind of thing. And there may have been times in the past where you have felt like that. But I believe that you guys have had ups and downs, definitely, with this person, because we also have forgiveness, reducing burden. So whatever hardships, whatever trials that you have had with this person, always remember to forgive. Don't hold on to bitterness, don't hold on to resentment. You know what they say, like, what is it, like, never go to bed angry or something like that. Don't let the sun set on your anger, kind of a thing. So you gotta let go of that stuff. You gotta let go of that stuff, most importantly for yourself. I mean, of course, it helps with your connection, it helps with your relationship too, but it helps with your relationship with yourself as well. You don't want to put yourself into a prison over toxic emotions that you may be feeling over what somebody else did or didn't do in regards to you. So definitely there needs to be forgiveness in any areas where there have been some valleys, I guess you could say, in your relationship. You go through the highs and the lows, the peaks and the valleys. So anywhere you guys have hit some low points, there needs to be forgiveness in order to make things better, to get things to where you guys want to go. And I feel like sometimes you guys get scared to take that next step, whether it means forgiving them or having faith, or even maybe reaching out to them, or whatever the case may be, because you guys also have Apple, risk and reward. And sometimes you have to step out to find out. If you don't do anything when it comes to your situation, then you already know what the outcome is going to be. Like for example, let's say simple as this. Let's say you want to tell somebody that you love them, but you're scared to tell them because you're afraid that they're not going to reciprocate, that they're not going to say it back, that they're not going to feel the same way. So instead, you just wind up holding it within, and you don't wind up saying anything at all. And then, because you don't say anything, you wind up missing out dealing with that person altogether, because you never spoke up and you never told them that you loved them. But maybe if you had, then they would have said it back, and you guys would have had this amazing life with one another. It's a risk that you have to take. And with great risk can come great reward. You could sit there all comfortable in your neck of the woods, and you can sit there and you can be content or whatever, and that's fine. But a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing beautiful ever grows there. So you guys got to step out and find out. I think sometimes when it comes to this person, you got to be okay with taking the first step with that staircase, even if you don't see the rest of it. It's a Martin Luther King quote, But yeah, you guys need to take some steps of faith here dealing with this person, because the greater the risk, the greater the reward. And there could be some really good things on the other side dealing with this person, but you guys need to step out to find out. And if you need courage to do that, you guys do have a good supportive community around you who will support you with the spider community and web weaving. And I feel like the spider basically represents your friends. It represents your soul family. It represents the people around you who love you and support you. And these are people who are not only going to just love you, but they're also going to love this other person and support like your partnership together. And I know especially with like the twin flame community, like that can be really hard because sometimes you can feel isolated and you can feel alone and you can feel like nobody understands my connection between me and this person. You know, there are Facebook groups out there and that kind of thing where you can connect with other people who are on this same crazy twin flame journey, and you can make friends that way. I definitely certainly have. I'm extremely grateful for and thankful for as I've been going on my journey. But I also have friends that are completely outside of the whole twin flame thing, who have nothing to do with that, and they know about my situation and they're still supportive of it. And you guys are going to have that too. Whether it's people who are very much so intricately connected into the twin flame thing, or maybe they're not. But there are going to be people around you who will love you and support you. And I believe that these people are going to help give you the strength to step out and find out. They're probably also going to be the ones to help you discern and determine if it is something that you should be taking that risk or reward for. Because there are some times where we do have to step back and we do have to lean back and we have to wait and we just have to be patient and allow things to play out on their own. But there are also times where we do need to take a step forward. You know, it's a dance. You know, sometimes we take a step forward and sometimes we take a step back, you know. But I feel like this community of friends around you, they're going to help you with taking these leaps of faith, with taking these risks to get that great reward. And regardless of where you guys are at in your journey with this person, you can find joy right here, right now, dealing with this person. Because you know what? Even if you guys are in separation, even if you guys are going through struggles right now and things aren't perfect and you got to work on some like forgiveness stuff when it comes to this person, how beautiful is it that you guys have somebody in your life that you love that much and who, yes, ultimately loves you that much in exchange? That's a very rare thing to find. Most people go their entire lives never feeling that, never experiencing that, never having that, not even for 5 minutes. So how beautiful it is that you guys have this beautiful, holy, sacred, spiritual love with somebody. You know, that is absolutely amazing. And it's something to be grateful for, and it's something to be thankful for. So be thankful in what you have now. Be thankful in the little things. Be thankful that you met this person. Be thankful for your history with this person. Be thankful for who they are as a person. So be thankful and you will find joy right now. And I believe that this joy here is only going to grow and it's going to multiply and it's going to get even stronger and better, because the more thankful you are, the stronger your connection is going to be with this person and the better it's going to be with this person. And you guys can go from separation before you know it to union. And then of course you're going to be finding even more joy with this person. So there is a lot of joy to be had, not just in the future, but right here, right now. And finally, with midnight, the most magical hour of all, this card reminds me of like the midnight hour, you know? A lot of times, you guys, we can be going through something, waiting on something, and we can feel like it's taking forever. It's like, you know, you put in that order on Amazon, and then, you know, you're sitting there looking out your window every single day waiting for that Amazon package, like, where is it? When is it gonna come? And, you know, you can't spend your life sitting at the window waiting for the Amazon delivery. It's going to come. Like, don't worry about it. It's going to come. But here's the funny thing. Like, God is with you guys in this, and he's going to deliver this happily ever after with this person. But here's the thing. God is very, very rarely ever early. And, you know, he definitely pushes it to the very last minute sometimes when it comes to delivering his blessings, when it comes to delivering his promises. He's never late, that's for sure. But he's usually never early either. And his version of right on time can sometimes look like late to us. Prime example of this, you guys, speaking of actual deliveries, it wasn't Amazon, but I ordered a sweatshirt off of H&M like at the beginning of October or something. It was a while ago. And you know, I had checked their website to see like the status of my delivery and everything, and for weeks it just sat there, you guys. It just sat there as like the order was being processed. The order was still in the warehouse or whatever. Like it wasn't, you know, at the post office or anything. Like there was no movement going on in my order. So I was just like looking at this email notification all the time saying the same thing. And I was like, well, what's going on? Like, is this thing ever going to arrive? Like, it's been weeks now. And then a few days ago, I got an email update, and it said that, you know, it had been shipped. It was sent out. And I kid you not, you guys, like it only took a couple of days from the point that I got that email where it said like, oh, it's been shipped. And then boom, today it arrived in the mail, like super fast. So majority of the time I was waiting, it was still sitting in the warehouse and it had never been sent out. It was never shipped. The shipping took the shortest amount of time. It was just waiting for it to get shipped that took the longest amount of time. And I feel like sometimes we go through that a lot too, where it looks like nothing is happening. It's sitting there in the warehouse. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. And then it's like, here comes God at that midnight hour, very last second, and boom, he just rushes in and he delivers it. And you're like, whoa, where did this come from? Like it only takes like a matter of a couple of days, like that delivery just boom, came super fast. And that's the thing with God, you guys. Like he's the God of suddenlies. Like he just suddenly does stuff out of nowhere. Like you don't think that it's ever going to happen. And then boom, one day it just magically happens. It just magically appears. So I feel like this will very much so happen between you and your person. It's like, you're like, whatever, you know, it's just another Tuesday. It's just another Friday, whatever. But it really isn't. Before you know it, your suddenly moment just boom, magically happens, and there's your delivery. But it's usually in that midnight hour, you guys. It's not normally on your timetable when you're thinking. So if you're being all impatient about it, stop it, because that's not going to help. But I do believe he will deliver this beautiful, eternal love connection between you and your person at the right moment, even if it is in that midnight hour. And when he does, you guys are truly going to be at home with one another. You guys are going to live happily ever after. You're going to have so much joy between one another. Like, you guys have a lot to look forward to with this person and this connection. So, yeah, definitely a beautiful love story, an epic love story. And that's the thing too, you guys. Like sometimes it takes a long time for these things to come through and for them to come together. But I mean, if it happened like super quick and super easy, it wouldn't be a really good story, would it? I mean, you know, when you watch stories like The Notebook and stuff like that, you don't watch it because it's like boy meets girl and they get married and they have a family and the end. Like that's boring. No, like there needs to be an epic love story. Like, that's the kind of stuff that inspires people, and you guys are going to be that kind of inspiring love story, which is beautiful. But definitely an inspiring love story that does have a happy ending. So keep pressing through. This is a beautiful connection between you and this person, and it really is going to work out. So definitely remember that. Finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And even though we have a Halloween spread going on here, I always wrap up my readings with a Jesus card because he's my dude, so he is always in on these readings too. But you guys got, blessed are they that hear the word of God and keep it. Luke 11:28. So yeah, keep your prayer line open. Keep your prayer line open. Listen to God. Because, you know, he's guiding you, he's leading you, he's guiding and leading your person, he's guiding and leading this entire situation between the two of you. So, you know, that's another thing too. You know, he's a part of this community of support that you have around you, and he's the one who's going to help you when it comes to taking those steps of faith, those leaps of faith when it comes to this person. So, you know, continue to remain dialed in, tuned in to God, and you guys are going to be okay, without a doubt. So, definitely a beautiful reading, a beautiful connection between you and your person. And, you know, hey, when you guys get married, let me know. So that way then I know happily ever after happened here. And I'm sure it will. I'm sure it definitely will. But I always want to hear the praise reports and the good news after the fact, because that just warms my heart and makes me happy. So it makes me happy when you guys are happy. Anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on for you guys for your Halloween message. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. Even a simple small emoji goes a long way. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also give this video a big thumbs up because that definitely helps me out a lot too. Yeah, so I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to come on by, hang out here with me for a little while today. It means the world to me and warms my heart. I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.